Yo guys, it's been a long time since I've seen you guys. The last time I was here was a few months ago and there's been so many things that have happened. I've done so many different things. I've graduated from chemistry. I have done this thing called Project 52 over the summer. And I've now started my master's in robotics and AI. All these things, the reflections and what's to come next, I want to share this with you along this journey. So if you guys are excited for it, we can get straight into it. Today is a Tuesday, which means that I do have some work to do. And I do want to share a little bit about what my average day in the life looks like for this degree and this master's. So let's go. Currently, I'm working on my coursework from my modern robotics module that is using Simulink to model two planar anthropomorphic systems. Simulink is from MATLAB, is this programming environment that allows you to build and design all sorts of systems. So if you think about it, rather than writing code, you're using all these blocks that could be made up of mathematical functions, sensors, and different components, and you combine them and link them together, and then you can simulate all these different systems without building them in real life. So it's really useful for robotics, for control systems, and for signal processing. So that's why we're learning how to use this. It's currently 6 p.m. and I've done quite a bit on Simulink. I watched a few tutorials and I also had an interview which went pretty well. But I wanted to take a break on my coursework and talk a little bit about this chemistry to robotics and AI transition. And I wanted to share this with you to show that it's possible to go from a fundamental science into robotics and AI, and how I could give you some advice and give you some resources on how to do this transition as well. So the first one you have to know is to be able to code, or at least vibe code. Vibe coding is basically a programming method to use AI to generate functional code. And because of the improvement in AI's coding abilities, you don't really have to be able to know how to code to be able to build projects. Maybe you have to know how to be able to debug them, but other than that, anyone can create any projects. But if you're looking for all the different resources to understand the fundamentals of AI and the fundamentals of programming, there are a bunch of courses out there, from deeplearning.ai, from Imperial's courses, and from NVIDIA's courses, all on Coursera or edX. You can find all of them. And another thing you should do is to speak to as many people in the industry. It's really important to network, to be able to find out what's happening, what's happened before, and what's gonna happen in the future. Those people are the ones to tell you all of that. And the best way to do both the projects part and the networking part is to go to hackathons. It's an area where you would find all the different people in that industry, and you can also build all the projects that you want to build. So go to as many hackathons as possible. So those are a few things that I did over 1 year to be able to build up my technical skills, and now I'm studying robotics and AI.
And in time and space, there's this thing they call love, and I feel you when we touch. Whenever
I've just had Indian and Nepalese food, and I'm gonna lock in a little bit more and I'll be done with the day. So let's get
feel this way. But when your lips press on mine, there's not much that